The most honourable duty that can be given to any paleontology YouTuber is to be in PaleoRewind, a time of the year where 12 iconic paleotubers cover exciting news from each month. Fortunately, I have been invited to this event to cover April, so without any further preamble, let's now discuss some of the amazing news that occurred within this month. Starting off strong on April 2nd, a study was released on Cretaceous mammal sizes, with our relatives and ancestors seemingly pivoting to a more ground-based lifestyle leading up to the KPG mass extinction event. The small size of mammals in the late Cretaceous is of course most likely put down to the dinosaurs, with the largest mammal, Rapinomamus, still only coming in at a size of a small dog around this time. When investigating fragmentary mammal remains from the late Cretaceous, however, they found that not only did mammals increase in diversity, they also increased in size. This sudden mammalian biodiversity may be brought down to an increase in vegetation such as angiosperms in the late Cretaceous, allowing for more terrestrial mammals to survive. The study concludes that vegetation of the late Cretaceous had far more of an influence on mammals than the reign of the dinosaurs. On April 7th, a new genus of the elusive group Metriacanthosauridae called Yuanmouraptor Cienciargentina was described from a complete skull and vertebrae in mid-Jurassic rock in China. This skull looks mangled as hell, but actually gives us a good insight into one of the earliest diverging members of Metriacanthosauridae, a group we rarely find good remains of, with its placement within the Alasauroid family being a slight mystery. It was found along with 10 cervical vertebrae, helping us estimate a size of over 8 meters. It is an important discovery because it widens the depth of knowledge on the evolution of Metriacanthosaurids in Asia. Also on April 7th, Colossal Biosciences announced the successful creation of 3 direwolf pups that use genome editing to revive an extinct species, modifying the living genes of wolves to match those of the extinct direwolf. No actual direwolf DNA was used, however, and Colossal Biosciences quickly backtracked on their previous statement, clarifying that these were just grey wolves with genetic modifications such as more fur and a larger skull size. This isn't even the first time Colossal Biosciences has hugely misled the public. I mean, they continue to be a joke among academics, but are still a loud and serious voice in the de-extinction conversation, seemingly not realizing how harmful their statements can be. The real use for their science in helping living species that are going extinct doesn't seem to be a point of public attention, and so Colossal Biosciences seeks large headlines instead of actually making progress in the scientific world. On April 9th, some pretty huge news occurred, with a fossil mandible being found in Taiwan, turning out to belong to the prehistoric human species of the Denisovans. The mandible was around 190,000 to 10,000 years old. Due to how rare fossils of Denisovans are, with them being mistaken for Homo sapien or Neanderthals, outside of Denisova Cave, it is hard to find confirmed specimens. Incredibly exciting for people who want to learn more about our ancient cousins and to diversify our fossil record of these people. April 14th saw a new ichnospecies, a species known from traces or footprints described, and named Rhupodosaurus clava, found in the British Columbia and Alberta area. All nodosaurid ankylosaur footprints have 4 toes left on the ground. Rhupodosaurus has 3 toes instead, making it the first known ankylosaurid ankylosaur footprints in the world. Someday, we can hopefully find the animal that made these footprints, but until then, the mysterious Rhupodosaurus shall remain hidden in the snowy mountains of Canada. I've already covered this prehistoric animal on Nature's Compendium's wonderful new video. In a simple twist of fate, I end up covering it again, which is a pleasure. The earliest and newest species of the Rebecasaurid family, Cienciargentina sanchezii, was described on April 14th of this year. It is known from 3 partial fragmentary skeletons found in the Huincul Formation, making it the 4th Rebecasaurid to be discovered from this area. These remains were found near a titanosaur, Shokonosaurus. This new study does not only help us understand the most basal Rebecasaurid to date, it also gives us an insight into the life of the Huincul Formation 97 to 93 million years ago. I love crayfish. Back in 2022, I had my GoPro and used it to video invasive crayfish from my local nature reserve. And if I was a New Zealander 20 million years ago, I might be more cautious when filming them. A new crayfish, clocking in at 25 centimeters in length in comparison to the 8 centimeter long modern counterparts, was discovered. Crayfish do not fossilize, so this study was almost entirely conducted off of jaws preserved, known from just 8 fragments. It allows a challenging but unique look into the prehistoric crayfish from New Zealand 20 million years ago. Rounding off this news with something also marine, described on April 21st in Lebanon, 2 well-preserved freshwater isopods from the early Cretaceous period were discovered, sharing a new insight into the multiple independent occasions these animals have colonized a freshwater environment. Named Dryopodus gazelle, it belonged to the group Cimothodia, heavily resembling living species. It was incredibly small, coming in at 1.8 to 2.5 centimeters. Overall in April we had direwolf controversy, new sauropods, new theropods, and some very, very tiny isopods. Thank you very much for watching my segment in PaleoRewind. Thank you to Edge for inviting me, and now on to May.